Is it time to buy or sell Smith & Wesson brand stock? In this video, we will explore Smith & Wesson brands in detail. Our initial report was published on our website on Wednesday, the 10th of September, 2025. And now we aim to provide you with a comprehensive analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analyses. You do not want to miss any crucial updates that could affect your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched artificial intelligence stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of artificial intelligence and receive free price predictions and in-depth analyses for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Since the 27th of August, 2025, our system has ranked Smith & Wesson Brands as a hold or accumulate, giving it a score of 0. Let's take a closer look at the stock's performance during this time. During this period, the stock has exceeded our expectations with a gain of approximately 14.37% since we first recommended purchasing Smith & Wesson Brands 10 days ago. This equates to an average return of around 1.44% per day since it was classified as hold or accumulate. A score of 0 indicates that our system predicts significant volatility and risk for the upcoming trading day. Given the latest developments, we are unable to ascertain the stock's next direction, as it could move in either direction. The stock is currently positioned at the upper part of a very wide and declining trend in the short term. This typically presents a favorable selling opportunity for short-term traders, as a reaction back towards the lower part of the trend is anticipated. A breakout above the top trend line at $9.51 would initially indicate a slower rate of decline and could potentially signal the beginning of a trend shift. The current 3-month trend suggests a possible decrease of 13.55% over the next 3 months, with potential returns ranging from a decline of 34.71% to 12.44%. Examining the longer term, our 12-month analysis indicates a projected change of negative 36.87%. Based on these calculations, the stock's performance might vary from a decline of 59.3% to 35.48% over the next year. In practical terms, this would mean the future price could fall somewhere between $3.85 and $6.06. Our latest daily update for Smith & Wesson Brands includes the headline, Volatile Ride for Smith & Wesson Brands, Incorporated stock price on Wednesday, moving between $8.58 and $9.48. The Smith & Wesson Brands, Incorporated stock price gained 6.7% on the last trading day, which was Wednesday, the 10th of September, 2025, rising from $8.80 to $9.39. During that trading day, the stock fluctuated 10.55%, with a low of $8.58 and a high of $9.48. The price has risen in 6 of the last 10 days and is up by 15.78% over the past 2 weeks. Volume has increased on the last day alongside the price, which is a positive technical sign, with a total of 2 million more shares traded than the day before. In total, 3 million shares were bought and sold for approximately $29,660,000. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest price of the stock was $14.20, while the lowest price was $7.73. Currently, the price is 33.87% or $4.81 below the 52-week high and 76.29% or $30.22 below the all-time high on the 1st of July, 2021, when the price reached $39.61. Smith & Wesson reported first quarter fiscal 2026 results on September 4th. Net sales of $85.1 million, down 3.7% year over year, a gross margin near 26%, and a per-share loss of 8 cents. This quarter follows a challenging period for the company. Earlier summer results and commentary indicated declining sales, tariff pressures, and a significant drop in stock value after an earnings miss. More broadly, industry demand has receded from the pandemic peak, with multi-year declines leaving volumes significantly below previous highs. In the short term, expect continued volatility. The headline loss and weaker sales typically lead to negative price actions until investors observe concrete signs of demand stabilization, margin recovery, or tariff relief. Management commentary from the call along with any near-term cost cuts or inventory adjustments, will be key drivers of market sentiment. Meanwhile, depressed share levels might attract value-oriented buyers. Over the long term, the stock will depend on whether Smith & Wesson can reverse ongoing softness through new products, margin improvement, or diversification, and fully mitigate tariff and supply chain costs. If demand remains subdued, multiples will likely stay compressed. However, if the company successfully expands margins and generates consistent cash flow, the shares could recover significantly. Analyst ratings. On Friday, the 21st of June, 2024, it was reported that Lake Street assigned a buy grade to SWBI, coupled with a hold action. On Friday, the 9th of September, 2022, it was reported that Lake Street also assigned a buy grade to SWBI, along with a hold action. Analysts have assigned a general neutral rating to Smith & Wesson Brands stock. They evaluate the price-to-earnings ratio as a sell, while the price-to-book ratio is rated as buy. Regarding return on investment, the analysts also provide a neutral rating for the stock. The following signals have been identified for Smith & Wesson Brands. The Smith & Wesson Brands Incorporated stock holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, indicating a positive forecast for the stock. Additionally, there is a general buy signal based on the relationship between these two signals, with the short-term average positioned above the long-term average. On any downward corrections, there will be some support at levels of $8.59 and $8.18. A breakdown below either of these levels will trigger sell signals. A buy signal was issued from a pivot bottom point on Friday, the 1st of August, 2025, and so far, the stock has risen by 21.32%. Further increases are anticipated until a new top pivot is established. Furthermore, a buy signal has emerged from the 3-month Moving Average Convergence Divergence, or MACD. Volume is increasing alongside the price, which is considered a favorable technical signal. The stock experienced a golden star signal on Tuesday, the 2nd of September, 2025 in the short-term chart. A golden star signal occurs when the short-term moving average, the long-term moving average, and the price line converge in a unique combination. This occurrence is quite rare and is often followed by significant and sustained gains for the stock in question. Here are some other signals you might find interesting. Moving Average Convergence Divergence, buy signal. Pivots, buy signal, from 28 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal, from 1 day ago. Short-term moving average, buy signal, from 6 days ago. Long-term moving average, sell signal, from 7 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages, buy signal, from 9 days ago. If we look at the 12-month chart, we see short moving average, sell signal, from 7 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal, from 2 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages, buy signal, from 57 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you want to find more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for Smith & Wesson Brands. On the downside, the stock finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $8.74 and $8.73. There is a natural risk involved when a stock is testing a support level. If this level is broken, the stock may then fall to the next support level. In this instance, Smith & Wesson Brands Incorporated finds support just below today's level at $8.74. If this level is breached, the next support from accumulated volume will be at $8.73 and $8.69. This stock experiences average movements throughout the day, and with good trading volume, the risk is considered to be medium. Over the last day, the stock fluctuated by 91 cents between its high and low, or 10.55%. For the past week, the stock has shown a daily average volatility of 6.83%. Before we dive into the potential trading levels for Smith & Wesson Brands, let's quickly cover some essential fundamental data. First, the price-to-earnings ratio, or PE ratio. This important metric measures a company's current share price in relation to its earnings per share. This is a relatively normal PE ratio commonly observed in businesses with long histories or stable revenues. In other news, the next earnings report for the fourth quarter of 2025 is anticipated on the 4th of December, 2025. Analysts' consensus estimates are at 2 cents. Keep an eye on these figures as they can significantly influence stock prices. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for Smith & Wesson Brands. In case of an upward trend, the first resistance level for Smith & Wesson Brands is at $10.69. If you don't own any shares, you may want to wait for this level to be breached before entering a position. For those already holding the stock, this could be a level to consider for swing trading. On the downside, Smith & Wesson Brands encounters its first support level at $8.74. If this support level holds, it could be a good entry point anticipating a rebound. The combined average rating for Smith & Wesson Brands from multiple analyst sources is neutral. The most recent insider trade for this stock is older than 3 months. The latest trade occurred on the 5th of May, 2025, when Dina L. McPherson conducted an insider sale of 615 shares of common stock. Our recommended stop loss is set at $9.07, reflecting a decrease of 3.38%. This stock experiences medium daily fluctuations, indicating a medium level of risk. The relative strength index, calculated over 14 periods, stands at 81, which significantly heightens the risk. Additionally, there is a buy signal originating from a pivot bottom identified 27 days ago. Is Smith & Wesson Brands stock a good buy? Smith & Wesson Brands Incorporated presents several positive signals. However, we do not consider these sufficient to categorize it as a buy candidate. At this current level, it is better viewed as a hold candidate, meaning one should either hold or accumulate shares while waiting for further developments. Given some minor weaknesses observed in the technical landscape, we have adjusted our analysis conclusion for this stock from a buy recommendation to a hold recommendation since our last evaluation. After evaluating the volatility and movements during the last trading day, our systems indicate that the current price is overvalued. For trading on Thursday, the 11th of September, we anticipate that Smith & Wesson Brands will open lower by approximately 24 cents, starting trading at $9.15. We want to remind you that trading carries a significant risk of financial loss. It is advisable to consult with a financial advisor before making any decisions regarding the buying or selling of securities. Your investment choices should not be solely based on the information provided by StockInvest.us. By utilizing this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment decisions. This is our current view of the stock. Do you agree or disagree? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. What is your target for this stock? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day. With regards from all of us here at Stock Invest.